Got it. Got it. Welcome, everybody, online and in person. We got a whole row of Baptists across the back today. It's kind of interesting to see a whole row back there. So let's get things started. We got a lot to get through today, especially some new training things that I think will help make your life easier. But first, a message from our president.
Hello, Keller Williams. This is Mark King coming to you from Austin, Texas, home of Keller Williams Realty International or Incorporated, whatever you choose. And just here to talk about what we should do in the month of April. April is no time to fool around. Get it? Here's the thing. Today is the day that we start focusing on what's going to lead to an amazing spring selling season, summer season, fall season, and right back into winter and spring again. This is about building a database. The fundamentals have not left. And yet, if you're right now looking to add more listings to get your production up in a market that seems to be declining in units, right now is the time to maximize your database, feed it every single day. If you're looking for an amazing program to go market yourself and to go get more listings, please look into 72 Sold. It is $199 to sign up. It's $72 a month. And what you'll find is amazing world-class training Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You'll also find social media graphics, all kinds of things that are getting enormously high conversion rates. You can cancel at any time if it doesn't work for you, but I promise you some of the new agents in our company that are getting 10 listings a month with this would tell you to jump all over this right now. So if you're looking for some of those programs, we have those things. Plug into your K2B Connect, plug into training. We know we have lots of training for you right now. And yet this is the time where the busy season typically starts. This is the time we tend to work in our business instead of on our business. So remember, you're always working on both. We appreciate everything that you do. Go have an amazing summer and take your unfair share.
All right. And we will have some info coming. There's a meeting coming up middle of April on 72 Sold to tell what all that's about. But first thing we always like to do is welcome each other. Those of you online, you need to send a direct message to two people you don't know. Those of you in here, you have a minute to say hi, meet somebody new, and grab a donut or two over there. You have 1 minute of dancing unicorn to get this done, so go. Hopefully you met somebody new and grabbed a donut. So every week we like to start with our mission statement, our mission, vision, values, beliefs, perspectives. This week we're focusing on our vision. Our vision is to be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers. I do prefer the word client because client means you're made an agreement with them and you're representing them. Also, our vision is our values are God, family, then business. That's something we don't want you all to just have a job. We want you to have a whole career and a life after it. So those are two of our things. Every week we try to focus on one or two of these items from our MVVBP, which you also will see all around the walls of the room upstairs. And actually we have two more signs that we just got printed today. They're going to be really cool, talking about the KW culture. So those will be looking for those up. They'll probably be near the stairways, I'm thinking. Okay, do not call people you're not supposed to. Do not get sued. Do not get into a class action lawsuit. Every week we also talk about a culture moment. Last week it was Crystal Tippy, and she's out of town, but she sent me the winner for this week. So every week we give the Steffes Award, which is named in honor of Ron Steffes, one of the founders of Keller Williams here in Springfield. And the person who gets this gets to keep the traveling trophy for a week. Then they also get to keep one on their desk for the whole rest of their life.
The whole ever.
Yes. So our goal is to have these all around all of our different offices everywhere. And the winner this week, let me get up the words first. You can feel the excitement and the anticipation. The winner this week is Evan Ryan. Let's give him a round of applause. Here's what Crystal said. I had the pleasure of working a transaction with Evan. He is so easygoing and amazing to work with. Even though we represented opposing sides, it was like working with a good friend, skipping along to the end of transaction. I want to see Evan skip. In other exchanges between us, he has held up to every agreement in full integrity. Thank you, Evan. I truly appreciate you. So as you know, if someone's not here on the day they win, we text them and congratulate them. So let me get his number up and everybody get your phones ready.
417 331
331
6311.
6311. One more time. Operators are standing by.
417 331 6311.
What I can send him a text, say, congratulations, you're the culture winner of the week. What I love is every time I call him for whatever, first thing he says is, what I do wrong now. So now he's gonna get a lot of good positive things, and he never does anything wrong. He's got that.
Whoa, pump the brakes there.
331.
One more time. Evan entered the waiting room. I wonder if that's this Evan.
331 6311.
I got it right.
All right. And our vendor guide. So Nicole, we've started the new vendor program. Can you give us some details on how that works so we can tell all of our other affiliates and our friends out there?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have completely revamped our vendor program for this year, and we are accepting applications. So if you have any vendors that you love to work with, we would love to have them in our program to build their business, just like they help build your business. So please send me their information. You can text me, email me. Even if it's just a phone number, I can reach out and give them more information, and I will send them our vendor guide booklet. We do have sponsorship levels, which are really cool. So whatever levels they choose, they get a lot of great things that help them and that help you. So they will be involved with a lot of our events and trainings coming up this year, and we would love to be in partnership with the ones that you love. So send me their information, and I would love to build this program just like we have in the past.
So if they can sponsor different trainings, different things like bold, or as big or as little as they want to sponsor, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We do have a la carte options, so they can kind of build their own package, or they can do sponsorship levels, and they kind of get a little bit more bang for their buck and get a lot more included options as well.
Awesome. And then anybody that is part of our vendor program, we ask if they'd like to, they can come to the team meetings. This is the point where we give them about 30 seconds to tell what they get about them, and then meet and visit with them afterwards. So we got a couple. Do we have anybody online? Nobody yet? Okay, let's start over here. Introduce yourself. Tell us 30 seconds or less, everybody.
Cindy with Great American Title. I'm sort of the new kid. I started late last year, and you probably know Danny Stoddard. I'm sort of her counterpart. She's on vacation, so if you're having issues, I'm here to help. But GAT is got a big footprint where you are, and as you're going out further and further from home base here, we'll be right there with you from Osage Beach down to northern Arkansas. So give us a shout if you haven't used us, and if you have, thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Awesome.
My name is Mark Fry. I'm a field supervisor with Advanced Restorations. We do roofs, gutters, fascia, soffit, and siding. So two things I want to make you smart on. 87% of all of your claims that you do for insurance, how many of y'all have done a transaction where there was a roof that needed to be replaced that had insurance involved? 87% of all claims are denied or underpaid. Ooh. Out of those 87, take the population of the United States, only 1% of those 87 actually ask for a second inspection. Most homeowners are not aware that they can ask for a second inspection. So if you're part of a transaction and the adjuster came out and said, hey, we don't see any damage, we're not going to do anything about it, and you think that's it, Missouri state law in Senate Bill 101 says the homeowner has the authority and the ability based off of their policy to ask for a second opinion. They typically send a contractor out. Out of the 1%, 91 are bought off on the second look. So if you have that situation, now you know that your homeowner can ask for a second opinion and have a 91% chance of getting the roof bought off on.
All right. Anybody else in here that I've missed?
Good news.
Awesome. Nobody on the line. Let's go to our wonderful brokers, Jim and Don. What do you have for us today?
Yesterday, Missouri Real Estate Commission released some new forms. So if you need to pay attention for sure, because most of them are commercial. So if you haven't done that, and they also released this new thing called Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity for All. We haven't talked about it as a team yet to determine if this is going to be a mandatory requirement. But I think it might be great policy for you guys just to give to your clients, because it essentially puts them on notice that you have to be fair and equal to whether you're looking at a seller's house or whether you're bringing buyers into your home. And it's just probably a good insulator for you guys. So if something ever does come up along those lines, you can say, hey, I did my due diligence and I put them on notice. And also it's Coach's birthday. If you know Coach and Judy up in Kansas City, it's Coach's birthday. So wish him happy birthday.
All right. And this is April is Fair Housing Month. So there's going to be several things coming out on that. And yeah, that may be a form we start putting in just to make sure we're, making sure that everybody's aware that the right things are being done. Jim, anything else?
Well, you guys put it out on the internal page, didn't you? That link?
The forms? Yes. Yeah.
So if you didn't get it in your email, it should be in the internal pages. You just click on the link, and my suggestion is,
And I think the link is the red line versions, so you can see what was changed.
They've got two different ones. They've got the ones that just show you the versions, and then there is on this, you can either click on the main one that'll show you the new version, and then right underneath it is the red line version if you want to see what's changed.
there's a bunch of stuff about rental property in there too. Things that I don't understand because I don't do that, but if you've got, you manage rental property or you deal with an investor who does, you might share some of that information.
Yeah, any kind of leasing or any kind of commercial stuff, so make sure you look at it.
And in fact, on rentals, those of you that do rentals, have you thought about the fact that now that marijuana is legal in some ways, what is your policy on that? Is smoking allowed on your property? Is it not? There was a whole thing at MAR about 3-4 months ago. How do you, what is medicinal, what is not? So you might want to revisit what you're putting into the leases. Paul Bisming had a lot of good info on that. So, but it's interesting, things keep changing and we got to make sure we are protecting ourselves, our clients and our tenants. So awesome. So this week, and again, when you look at this, the one on the left is last week. And this, although it says it's the 43rd month of the year, that's a typo. This is yesterday's stats. Look at how many new listings compared. Last week dropped a lot. This week, every number went up. Okay, which sounds great. Okay, the spring market's hitting, right? Look at it compared to last year. And we used a different graphic last year. So last year, here was the SOMO or the SOMO stuff. So last year, this week, there were 493 new listings. This week or this year, 352. In just GSBOR, 316 new listings last year, 222. It's a huge drop. The number of houses coming on when you compare year over year is insane. And we're gonna start putting this up each week too, because the one that shows you last week is great. But it really can be deceiving because it makes you go, oh, look, we're back on track. Everything's wonderful. Until you go, hey, what was happening this week last year? So know this stuff as you're talking with your people. It's not end of the world. It doesn't mean that the housing market's collapsing. It just means you need to know this info when you're talking with your people. Okay, and this week, active listings in GSBR, we went down because we are in a spring market. A lot more people were buying homes. So last week we had 1,031 listings available in GSBR. This week, 1,001. Still last year, 599. So numbers are all over the place. You just got to have them to know that you're the knowledgeable person. Yeah. Okay, April, we're into a new month. There's lots of stuff going on. Today's team meeting, tomorrow's new agent orientation. Market Center is closed Friday, but we are processing checks up to the normal timeline. So if you have a closing on Friday, it will still get put in on time. A couple of big things to look at on here, and we have some slides on them also. We're doing a whole shift series, April 17th through 21st. It is 2 classes Monday, 2 classes Wednesday, 2 classes Friday. Shift is the book on how to get through a changing market. These are all taught by wonderful people, except for the one called Remargin Your Business, because I'm teaching that one. But Brian's teaching, I'm teaching, Rachel's teaching, Ashlyn Gonzalez, Jason Massigale, and Jason Massigale. So this is going to help you as we learn, because you saw the numbers of what's going on. Also, actually, we'll just get through these. And I want to go back to this. These are the people that joined us last month. Rob Seiner, Kara Trammell, Jody Ferguson, Logan Deal, Valerie Prochenko. I got it. Logan Stewart, Jacqueline Thompson, Jeffrey Gaska, Kyra Snavely, Sam Aber, Sam Armour. I know Valerie's here. Anybody else new that's here or online? Okay, so after the meeting, everybody has to say hi to Valerie. And he's a cool guy because I went to the Cardinals opening thing where they were showing the game from Busch Stadium on Hammond's Field. I walk in, the first guy I ran into is him. So, and opening day for Cardinals Springfield is this Thursday. So I wore this in honor today instead of my normal business suit. Okay, Wealth Roadshow. There's a class with Brett Tanner up in Kansas City, April 12th. There's still time to sign up for that. If you want to, the QR code is there. His info will definitely help you in the investing side or the tax side. This is up there at Overland Park. It's gonna be a great class. It's only $199 to do it. The tax savings alone from different things will help you tremendously on that. So there's info on that. The 72 Sold. What is this program? What's it mean? We've got several people in our market center already running it, but Keller Williams' goal is to have 20,000 people sign up for it by the end of May. So we need to know what it is. There's gonna be a class, I put that on there, April 13th, not a class, an info session. It's gonna tell you what this thing is, how it works. Here are 2 screenshots to get some of the documents on it if you need them right now. But it will explain what this system is, and I will tell you sellers like it. So that's the big thing of it. And
They love it.
sellers love it. Because basically it says we will sell your house in 8 days.
Right,
Correct.
72 hours. Yeah, eight day expectation, and we'll get your house under contract in 72 hours for thousands of dollars. My last client, I got $146,500 over the starting price, which is 17% higher than what the market would have done.
So this is a program we need to look into. Okay, so here's the thing. If we get 20,000 seats sold, it does not go to any other company anywhere. It is an exclusive KW item. If we don't, then the owner of it is going out to the others. And that place that starts with an E and ends with an XP has offered to buy a bunch of the seats. So that's why we're trying to see if this is a fit for a lot of, and it's not a fit for every client, but it is another tool in your toolbox. Come to this meeting, April 13th. It will explain what it is and kind of give you the details on it. Okay, couple of things on the shift classes we talked about and free agent headshots. That is all the week of April 17th through 21st. Schedule your headshots up there, freshen up your business cards, your digital media, all that kind of stuff. Red Day. And Haley, I do see the big arrow you put on there for us. The deadline to order t-shirts is April 10th. We can still get them in. I don't know if you all remember this. At the bowling event, we raised over $20,000 for Red Day. Our goal is $30,000 to build 80 beds. And actually, we're gonna try, at least we're gonna try and push for the extra, are there 94 people on waiting list for beds?
94, 96 people on the waiting list for beds, children, not people.
Children, yeah.
Children,
Who are sleeping
More
on
people,
floors
but-
or sofas or laundry.
right. So $30,000 will provide $10,000 worth of money for equipment to upgrade the equipment, saws, tools, all those type of things. And then $20,000 will get us 80 beds. If we can go, so that's a total of 30. We're almost there. I think we're like $3,000 to $5,000 away from that. So I would suggest if you have children or grandchildren or friends who have kids, imagine those kids sleeping on the floor, maybe with or without a blanket beneath them. So internalize that and open your heart to that, because that's really sad. It's very, very sad. We want to provide these beds to these kids because what it does is it provides stability. You know how we build wealth by helping people buy their first home? That's wealth building. It's a firm foundation. A bed for a child is a firm foundation for them. Okay, so let's open your hearts, find the $100, $250 will provide a bed.
250.
$250 will provide a bed. And you guys, you can put that on your coming out of your next commission. Just designate it for Springfield Cares or Red Day or whatever. It can come straight out of your next commission. Let's get these beds built. If we can go over, so somebody do the quick math, 14 times 250.
Uh-oh,
We can do that quick.
I see some calculators going for some phones.
32 is 42, 400, 4,020.
So another $5,000 and it'll get all the kids that are on the waiting list of bed.
I love what you said, though. If 14 of us on our next closing just did $250 to Springfield Cares, that would cover enough beds. 14 more is what we're going above the 30,000. So think about that on your next closing. You can just put that in there as a donation thing. And we talked about even doing little bed pictures up the hallway and put whose name, who donated them. But we're gonna make this happen. I'm prophesying it right now. We are going to do all 94 beds or 96. So let's see what happens. Okay, Mega Camp, looking way ahead, August 15th through 16th. This is not just a camp for mega teams. This is for anybody wanting to grow your business. This is an incredible event. It's only a 2-day thing, so it's not real long. This is this QR code to get scanned and get info on it. We usually bring about 20 people, I think, to this. And so we're just giving a big heads up. It is not just KW people. If you know someone in the real estate world who's trying to figure out the next step, get me in touch with them, or get Rachel or Landon, any of us in touch with them. We will talk with them and maybe give them an invite to this. It will help them grow their business. So that's, believe it or not, August is going to be here fast. So that's why I got this out already. Realtor Weekly. Okay. Universal Design and MLS Accessibility. This is a class coming up. I don't know much on this one, but I want to throw it up here. The big things I want to hit. This is Fair Housing Month, as Don was saying with that new form that's out there. You got this link on your email Sunday night. Also, there's a class called Fair Haven. This is almost a certification, but it helps you show that you understand the fair housing responsibilities. But even more important, this is an incredible class. This is a KW one. It's called the Unconscious Bias. Actually, she's got 3 classes. Julie Lachey Israel is awesome. Did I hear a voice? I thought someone was joining in. These 3 classes, I believe these are live streamed. I'm not sure, but these classes are incredible. Gary Keller said when he took this class with her, that he learned things that he did not realize, and it was a mind opening for him. So these are things I recommend. Obviously, this is the state version, that class, but these really seem to be awesome as well. And it is now Tech Time with Nicole. Nicole up in the interworld. What do you have for us?
Yeah, so there's been something that's been pretty cool that's come out in designs the last couple of weeks, including an auto create feature. So I'm going to show you guys what the auto create feature is for designs. Bear with me for just 1 second. Let me get to the correct. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so right now, this is our homepage, right? You sign on in with your username and login, and then you go to your homepage. I'm going to go over here to our Nice Designs widget, which is our little paintbrush and pad. And then I am going to go over here to create design. So, with anything that's on command, if you need to add something or create something or do anything new, it's always usually a blue button in one of the corners. So right up here in the top right-hand corner, I'm going to hit create design. I'm going to choose a nice social media post. And then I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And once it populates, give it just a second. So now I am actually going to go ahead and choose a just sold option because my wonderful listing that was provided by Mike is actually pending. So congratulations, Mike.
Thank you. That was hard. Way to go, Haley.
So these are all of your options that you have for your auto create function. So there's a bunch of different ones that you can choose from. There's the squares for Instagram. There's stories for Instagram that will also populate to your Facebook if you do have those connected. So I'm going to go ahead and create this, do auto create up here in the right-hand corner.
Okay, watch what happens here.
I'm going to go ahead and type in the listing. Let's see. Oh, give me 1 second.
And this pulls, remember, Keller Williams MLS is nationwide. So you have to get the exact listing. If you try to put in an MLS number, it might pull from one in North Dakota.
Yeah, correct. So I'm going to go ahead. This is one in Springfield, Missouri. So I'm going to select that one. Then I'm going to click continue. By clicking continue, now I have these options here. So add your information. It automatically grabs all this information already. So you don't have to do anything with it. You basically just double check it, make sure it's all correct. You can add your images. So I'm going to go ahead and add an image. So these are all populated from the listing. So actually from what's on the MLS. So you don't have to go searching for other photos. It's already in there. So I'm going to go ahead and just select this one, and then maybe I'll select, let's see, let's select this cool, like little backyard. Cool. Now I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And then now it's populating my information. So making sure that your marketing profiles are set up correctly in your settings, it does auto populate all of this information. And look, my app code is on here too. So then you can also have your app that's included in these images that you're going to post on your social media. You can also add your own profile picture. I do not have one on my marketing profile, so it's not going to grab one. Generate design.
You're not going to use my picture?
No. You already sold the house, Mike. You're fine.
Well, Haley sold the house.
Yeah, well, there you go. So now these are my just sold, and it includes all the photos and all the information that I had. And if I had my DBA name, so that will automatically populate our Greater Springfield logo. Anything that you have preset in your designs will automatically populate. So this is really cool. So it sold in just 9 days. Here are some other little info sheets that you can choose from, but there's just so many different options that you have. And this is something that's really quick and easy. So if you do have a listing that is, you know, just about to go live, go ahead and do it just listed and go ahead and have multiple options for your social media to kind of put out there. You can also go into each of those and do some editing. So if you're like, oh, I want to move this here, you can. But either way, it's that quick, easy button to get some of your social media graphics up and running, right?
So you did that whole thing in about 1.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So Command will now integrate everything you've got from your listings, from your closings, from all of it. And it's immediately stuff you can put out socials. You could have done a mailer out of that too, correct?
Yeah, most likely you can. I've only messed with social media, but they have the auto create through all the functions in designs.
So if someone needed help doing this, they could visit with you, couldn't they?
They absolutely can. I am available for appointments regarding designs, smart plans, Facebook ad campaigns. So we did finish up our release that you were doing last month, Mike. But so go ahead, and if you are interested in running Facebook ad campaigns, come and chat with me. I can also help do those for you as well. So just come meet with me. I want to help you. We also do have a new new app. So a new updated app version of KW Command where you can import your contacts directly from your phone into Command with the touch of a button. So I'm going to put up a video about that today, actually in the internal page. And if you have more questions on it, or you want help with it, or you just want to sit down with me and have me show you how to do it, I am definitely available to do that. And I would love to help you because I want everyone in our 201 Plus Club on smart plans by the end of this month.
So somebody did that on the growth call yesterday. They loaded 5,000 contacts from their phone into Command. I think it was in 20, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then we'll keep updating. So you add somebody to your phone, it adds to Command and vice versa, correct?
I don't know if it's automatic, but you can go ahead and add those from your phone, and they do automatically. You can, when you're adding it into Command, you can add it to your phone. So, and vice versa if you're doing those. Yep.
Cool. Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
Nicole, do you want to mention the new service that we had discussed that we're going to be rolling out here in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, so the Facebook ad campaign service. So I will go ahead and help you get those started for you. There's a few requirements that I do offer that need to be there before I go ahead and do Facebook ad campaigns for you. But you just give me the information you need and I'll get those running for you based on how much time frame, how much money you want to spend over it, and where you want to reach. So I would love to chat with you guys about that as well.
So essentially, if you have an upcoming listing that you know is in the price point where we have a lack of inventory and you want to get the leads off of it, talk to Nicole. She will help you run that listing in Command to help you gain the leads off of it, and you don't have to do it at all. So we finalized the details yesterday. We'll have that rolling out in the next couple of weeks. So any of you that have those listings that you want to start getting some leads up, talk to her and she can help.
Awesome. Thank you both so much. I'm going to go back to sharing screen. Because I think one of our next slide, actually, the next few slides are some other technology stuff that's available to you. Let me get the mouse working right. You're not going to watch that video. It always tries to start that. There's a Command YouTube page. There's also stuff for teams on Command. There are designs. This stuff is in Command right now. Market focused stuff. And the thing I run each week with the stats, I make that in Command. It's a design feature also. But all this is available in Command right now. And reminder, you can have somebody build all this for you. If you like doing these things, great. If you want anything done for you, we're building this market center where it can do anything you want, from your marketing packages. Haley's doing 3 or 4 newsletters for agents right now. Transaction coordination packages, sign running. We have somebody to put your signs out now. And you add on top what Nicole's doing. Anything you need done to keep you on your main thing is now available. It's all a la carte services. talk with any of us, we can help you know what to get done with that. We got the sign thing, something we talked about some last week. You can have your open house signs delivered, your new signs, your lock boxes, anything to save you time of running all over. Now, there are restrictions on it and some of the cost of it, but we'll talk with you on all that. More command stuff, fast track. And we're skimming through a lot of this because they send me tons of these every month, and I don't think we need to go through all of them, but here are some highlights for the graphics this month. All this is already created. Proud to be KW. And this is some of our awards. This was cool, so I want to share this. These are 3 things we've recently been awarded with. Keller Williams is #1 franchise by 2022 sales volume with 11.3% market share nationwide. That's what we did this last year. There's a company called Tech 100 Real Estate named, I'm not sure what that one's about, but we were named something there. And we were named #1 in 2023 Real Trends Top 500. So what we're doing here is helping people all over. Okay, another cool thing. We now have a few more office spaces available. We have some individual offices, we have some 2-person offices, and even some shared offices. So if you like your own space to work, but also being with somebody else, we have some of each available right now in here and at Nixa. We have locations all around. Talk to any of us, we can show you what's there. But sometimes you're working at home is great, but sometimes, like with me, my problem is I'm working at my desk and there's the kitchen. And oh, those snacks keep calling at me. So I spend more time eating than working when I'm at home. So sometimes it helps to have a designated spot to do your one thing. So those are available. Come talk with us. We can show you what's there. Okay, big thing that's changing. And I've been through an hour training on this, so I don't know much. But I see some things with Broker Bay has been added as a service into Flex for us. And I see some things that I think will help us with some cool things here. So we're gonna, actually, these are my notes from the other day, and I think Nicole's gonna share these for people online. I have 19 of these. So if some of you wanna share these to have to read through, I was typing frantically and furiously. Would you all mind just passing? Let me get, oops, hang on. I better split them up even. If some of you can share, that would be great. But this class is to teach what Broker Bay is. So what the heck is Broker Bay? It is a system, I compare it partially to Calendly, where you can schedule your calendar. It will help you schedule listings. It will also provide feedback, like Showing Suite did, to your sellers. It will also help you if you're a buyer's person lining up houses to line them up. It will even tell you how far from one to the other. And you can even schedule lunch breaks in and find a nice restaurant to put on there. All this stuff. So today, you're getting it taught to you by somebody who really doesn't know it that well. So just be aware, there's a lot we're gonna do. So this link was in your Sunday night email from the board also. Okay? But, okay, so we're gonna jump through. So on my Broker Bay notes, those of you that have them, this is a quick overview of what it's gonna do. Okay, so, and I always tell this whenever I come into Flex, see my list of stuff up here on the top? This is probably different from anybody else's. You can customize this. Whatever you go to a lot, you go into menu and you star it and it will show up here. So I actually put Broker Bay in there so I can get to it quicker, but here's where you find it. If you go into menu and down to products, Broker Bay is one of the products that's been added. Okay, so now to get to it quickly, I can just click the Broker Bay thing here. Now, hopefully you set it up. There's a desktop version and an app. And the app is incredible because it will bring up all the info on your listings and your current showings going on. Okay, so, and again, I'm checking my notes because this is a fast cram through on this. And the other cool thing right here is customer support. Contact us. The Broker Bay people will help you set up some of these things too. So if you're curious on some of this is not a learn how to do it deep. This is kind of show you what's there. You can send a chat. I think you can also call them. I don't know where the number is. Okay, but what it will show here, this is the main dashboard. It shows your last 10 listings, whether they're closed, pending, active, whatever they are, it shows your last 10 right here. Right here, it shows your buyers and your listing feedback things. I don't have any set up yet, so I don't have those. And tasks. It reminds you when you need to add a Broker Bay to different listings. Okay, and again, I'm going down through these to kind of give you the highlights of it. Showing tasks. The task is, they compared it to a mini virtual assistant. It will help you know what things you need to do to keep your listings up to date. It will automatically syndicate your listings to Broker Bay. I think it takes about an hour after you put a listing live, then it will show up here. Then we'll configure showing instructions. Teams are not integrated in our MLS, so the team button, wherever that is not usable right now. And then contacts, this is where you can add your suppliers, your vendors, anybody you want on this. Okay, so I'm jumping back. I'm going to one of our listings. So here's how you get your listings into it. I'm going to choose one. Actually, no, I'm going to choose one we've got under contract. Thanks to Haley. Okay, so I'm under the change listing form and under listing info. So I'm going to search because I can't remember where. Showing service. Okay, this is on the main fields page. When you come to showing service, there's a pull down box and you select Broker Bay. That's what links your listing to it. So as you do a listing, this is the main thing you have to do to get it all connected to the system. So under main fields, go to Broker Bay. And those of you online, I don't know if this is, I know it's in Trilakes and GSBOR. I don't know if it's in the other boards yet. I think it's slowly coming to all of SOMO, but Trilakes was the guinea pig. We're second, and we'll see where it goes from there. So it may not be available at all listings yet. But you'd select Broker Bay, and then you would save this. I'm not going to mess anything up right now, but that's where you add a listing to it. Okay. And like I said, I'm brand new on this, so I'm trying to figure it out also. Here's the cool thing. I'm gonna give my summary of it. Let's say you have a listing like last year, where there are 50 people that want to see it, and you can't answer your phone fast enough. By setting this up, you can set the calendar for when times are available to show it. And then the agents will click the Broker Bay thing. I'm not sure where yet because I'm still learning new, and they select their time. So if you have a vacant house that's going to hit Friday and you know all weekend's going to be crazy, you can put 30-minute slots on there and the agents can click which time they're going to. So you don't have to worry about missing a call or getting back to somebody. You can also coordinate it with your listing or with your sellers. So if they say 8 to 5 is great, I don't want showings, a certain night or on weekends, it's great. You can block with them. And then you can set it up either way to where it comes to you to be approved or goes to them, or on a vacant, it just blocks it. So let's say that Haley wanted to show a house at 10 o'clock Saturday, then Liliana got on next, and she wanted to show at 10, it won't show up as that time's available. She would have to go to the 10:30 or 10 or 11, and there's buffer times you can put after it too. So this will help you organize your showings. Then it will also ask for feedback from the seller or from the listing or the agent afterwards. And you can set it to directly send to the seller, kind of like, which one did we, Showing Suite did that in one other program we had. But it will do all these things for you. Now, let's see if I can get back into showing you some of how to get to it. And we knew going into this was a fresh stuff last month or last week, so it's kind of all new. Amber.
All right, so there's already some people out there that have their listings with Broker Bay set up, but it also says vacant go show. I have clicked on it and made an appointment just because I was curious what it does. A lot of people aren't. So maybe something to watch out for because people are already starting to put that on listings.
Okay. So when you clicked it,
But instead of just vacant go show for showing, if you want to use Broker Bay, you might want to put that in your showing instructions,
Okay.
just as an extra note that you're using that.
awesome. Yes.
How, you have it set up for your owners to approve a showing for like a date and time.
Uh-huh.
How are they notified? Is it like a text, like press 1 to approve, 2 to deny, 3 to reschedule? How's that?
And again, I'm not familiar enough with it yet. You can choose text or email or both. So they can be notified whatever ways, and you can too.
I don't see the advantages to it. I mean, my clients, I prefer to call them or have them call directly. I don't understand. I haven't understood since they started to roll it out, where somebody would get an automated text. It kind of takes the agent, what's your service level,
Well, some people want this because like at work, they don't want to get the calls or be bothered with it.
Why not? That's your job.
But if you're,
No offense. I mean, I just kind of think that's your job is
you
to.
can set it to come to you to schedule it too. It does not have to go to the agent or the client.
Curious. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Man, probably wonderful. It's kind of like 72 sold. Whoop, whoop, you know?
It's
We
very
should all be
similar to showing
excited.
time.
My biggest thing is it will ask for feedback.
See, in Texas, like we use CSS down in San Antonio. Like, to me, this is old fashioned, having to call the agents, you hope they answer, they hope they call you back. Let me call my sellers, let me see what works, get back to you. I find it a pain in the ass, to be honest. I want to say, if I got 5 showings, this date and time, just I can schedule them, done, go. I just think it's much more efficient. So I mean, I'm opposite of him, which, I mean, I appreciate that, you know.
It's
but-
only because I believe in customer service.
It's what you're used to, like, I mean, no, I mean, I understand, but it's like what you're used to doing like that. I'm used to hop on the app and just schedule and go.
But for me also, a good reason to use this is that if you do have a hot property and you put it on a Thursday and you're reviewing offers on Monday, you're not losing 4 days of production
Right.
by answering the phone constantly. So it's just that it's,
But isn't that market shifting?
Well, we still have the multiple offers going if they're priced right. And especially the 72 sold listings are getting a lot of them. So Branson people used to use this a lot and it annoyed me because I was like, I want to talk to the agent, but then I realized, oh, they're out where there's no cell signal half the time, or they're on their boat and they're not going to answer. So it was a way to get a listing scheduled without, having to wait that long time. So it is like we said, it's a tool. Some parts of it are going to be used by, you can use the listing side, the buying side, all these different parts of it. And it's gonna, I think we'll see different ways people can use different parts of it. And I wish I could explain a lot more of it better. So, because like I said, one class taking notes. So if those of you that don't have this, it will be shared, and I think it is already. Yeah, Nicole's got it up there. So they talked first about going through the desktop and setting up your dashboard, then how to book a showing. Then the next segment was configuring instructions. And we don't have time to go through all this. I just wanted to introduce you to see where these things are. And then one thing I saw, it does not have an autosave feature. Before you leave a screen, hit the save button. Otherwise, everything you put in will not be there. Then the mobile has it also. So let's say you're out driving through a neighborhood and somebody goes by a house, they say, I want to see that one. You can immediately pull it up because it'll be connected to Google Maps. You can click the listing, you can find out access to show it right away there too. So again, let me see if I can find some more to show you on here. I think there's video training too. I think so. There's a lot coming out. I just saw it as something that I wanted to at least get everybody exposed to know what Broker Bay is. Because when you hear the word, you're like, oh, it's another software app somebody's selling. I think there's pieces of it that can help a lot of us on different things. But let's click on a listing and see if it'll show stuff.
Do we pay to subscribe to this?
No, it's already included in board fees. Well, yeah, you're paying through your board fees, but it's there. So here's our listing.
Nothing's free.
If I wanted to book a showing, I would hit book showing. And since we've not put anything in yet, it doesn't show. So that's gonna be the hard thing for a while some people are using it, some aren't. But the coolest thing I saw, because I used to do a lot of buyer's agency stuff when I was with Fawn Lee, and I would have clients come to town, they want to see 14 houses. You can put all 14 in here. You tell it which house you want to start with, which house you want to end with, and it will optimize through Google Maps and put them in order and show you the driving time between each one.
That's so cool.
And let's say, I don't know. It's on the notes, but I can't get into it. So let's say you're doing 14 houses and halfway through you want a lunch break. You can pull up a certain restaurant and put that as a stop, and it will still figure out the time for lunch and getting everywhere else too.
Nice.
Right.
Does it still do the route mapping even if those listings are not opted into Broker Bay?
I don't know. I think it will, but it will not necessarily get you the booked approval.
You can still manually do that.
From what I understood, you can still do the route, even if they aren't on Broker Bay to where you can, get the approval through the system. Okay? So I know there's tons of questions on this because it was just very poorly explained to you. But I wanted to get you an overview to see what's coming, especially, okay, so back to our numbers. On this, we have a spring market coming. There's gonna be multiple offers. It is not gonna be as crazy as last year, but this could be a tool to help some of you that are having trouble scheduling all this stuff. I would take one listing and use it as a guinea pig. And maybe if it's a client that you know well, and you say, hey, this is a new program, we'd like to experiment with this. But as you get into it, follow the notes. They'll kind of give you the guideline on it and their help things. And like Jim said, there's videos on it too. It's in a lot of MLSs across the country. We want to make sure and at least give you the teaser of what's going on with it. And we'll learn more, and the board will have more classes coming on it too.
So any other quick questions on it? See what else we have here today then. Okay, next week, no team meeting. We have some regional meetings in Kansas City, so several of us will be out, so no team meeting next week. The week after that, we'll probably do lore and awards combined. So we can tell who did great stuff in March. A lot of us had a great month in March. So I know the numbers are scary to some people. They should be scary to people outside of Keller Williams. Because we're doing the right things and we're seeing the results of it. So don't, just because there's a lack of abundance in some people doesn't mean you have to participate in it. So keep doing the right things. Keep on your calls, keep calling people, touching base, all the things, and you will be the one taking market share during this. So we're about 5 minutes over. I hope that helped you enough to see what's going on with Broker Bay. And like I said, when we get more info, we'll get that out to you too. That's it for the week. Make sure to visit with somebody new, help make sure all the donuts go away so me and the leadership team won't eat them. Have a great week.
I just clicked on it whenever it popped up.